Hello, welcome to another video on the Scouring Early Access. Today's game is going to be a 4 versus 4 game, and on my team is going to be me, Deep Earth Gamer, my allies Ace, named MK, and Dinchi Code, and on the enemy team it's going to be Legendaries, Rock, Vincenzo, and Pavak players. And my team spawns on the bottom half of the map, an enemy team on the top part of the map, and pretty much I'm playing as a red human player, and I do the archer build. It's just a little more effective when going to a late game compared to having auto swordsman. My ally, purple human player, is Dinchi Code, pretty much doing the same build as me, archer build order. And then my cyan or teal ally, name MK. Looks like he's also doing somewhat of an archer build, but Sparks is a little faster, so he might be doing a few swordsmen and then transferring his arming composition to more archers. And the final ally, blue human Ace. Looks like he's doing forward barracks here, but as we can find out here that you spawn next to an enemy, they can scout you, they're warriors, and it's not going to be a good outcome for Ace. He could potentially lose his barracks and pretty much be dead. Anyways, the first enemy player, yellow orc, is Pavak. And yeah, it does look like he did the warrior build. He does have a lot of peasants getting wood, so he's probably going to be making some archers a bit later on. It does look like Ace is somewhat surviving, even microing his swordsman, so he can use them later on, but the defender has a small advantage of defending because you can just easily go on top here, but the enemy has to climb up, which gives some time for the defender to survive, I guess. Anyways, the next enemy, the white human, Vincenzo. Looks like he is doing an archer build also. And let's see, orange human, legendaries. Looks like he's also doing a lot of archers, but he has one swordsman to maybe capture some outposts. Just like the next player, Rock or Harach. Need a lot of archers and just one swordsman so he can capture an outpost. No, here I pretty much just killed a troll. I think my ally also killed one. And then we did see in the minimap that our ally was being attacked by yellow here, so we were expecting for the enemies to rally and try and finish off the blue player, because it looks like he was losing here to the yellow player, so we decided to go as one army, all 4 players here, me, Dinchi Code, Ace, and Name. And so here the yellow player is going to be 1v4'd here, and his allies might be a little too late to help him. This is a whole huge army, maybe 20 units, maybe 30. And just having 5 units is not gonna save you. Now white was trying to send some help, but I guess it's not gonna be easy. Now here the orange player was too far away to help, so he decided to attack another player, maybe take their attention or to do some economic damage. And I guess over here also the black player decided to send some archers, maybe into blue's base here. Just kind of ignoring these units. 6 maybe trying to kill some economy of a blue player. A blue's army is more on top here, so you won't be able to do much. Oh no, so forgot to mention that there was an update that you can turn on skeleton mode, like skeleton spawner on the map when it's nighttime, but this is another added mode or feature called the Goblin Raids, where every night there's one big wave of goblins that attacks each player's main base, and each progressive night makes the waves even harder to defend against. And so everyone's kind of getting overwhelmed, and it doesn't look like it's going to be that easy. And here it does look like the blue player's kind of not defending himself well. Maybe he wasn't sure that this goblin mod was even on, so he wasn't really prepared to handle all of these goblins. So now he's going to be very behind in terms of economy. But me and purple tried to send in some troops to try and help him out. And I guess orange is being funny here, saying that 3 waves attacked him, even though we can see just 1 wave, a troll and some goblins. And yeah, pretty much just attacks each person's main base. But yellow didn't have a main base, but they still went here, so our units had to take care of these goblins. Now here the black player decided to maybe attack the blue player again. But me and purple were able to catch him and kill this somewhat high level army and fought a level 2 archers. And over here, Havoc, the yellow player, he had some resources, but I guess maybe he gave up. Didn't feel like riding away with his workers. Maybe try and survive, make a base on top here. And so he was just pretty much maybe observing the game.
Upgrade complete.
And I guess over here, a good amount of players are getting a tier 2 town hall. Black, orange, cyan or teal, purple. I got a tier 2. You can pretty much have get a archer upgrade, which should help you survive against the goblins during the night raid. Here I tried to tell my ally to take this outpost because he has a swordsman here, not doing anything, so that could be helpful. It looks like here the orange player is maybe thinking of attacking one of the players, maybe me on the bottom, or the cyan player. But I guess the cyan player is a little closer, so he does decide to maybe go in that direction. Over here I was just trying to maybe kill some wolves or other neutrals, so the enemy couldn't get the XP, but I think we still managed to get this kill and kill 3 of my archers, so
Research complete.
that was a bit of a mistake, but I guess you live and you learn. I guess we can see now the enemies are actually getting second base pretty much. White has a second base. The black player has a second base. And I think the orange player is going to be expanding in this corner. On our side, we all just have 1 base. So the enemy's potentially going to be having more gold, more resources that they could use to make a big attack. I guess here, orange maybe saw that there was some purple reinforcements here. But I also have my archers here to try and defend our ally. I guess white is even trying to attack here. And black's not too far from him. And here orange tried to see what's over here, but these cannons pushed him away. And so it's not going to be attacking my base anytime soon. Because it is, looks like it's easier direction to attack the science base first. Now here we're going to be, I think, sandwiched here now by orange from one side and black and white from the other side. I guess black typed white. Maybe he was waiting for a shield upgrade for his swordsman. So now they begin their assault. Well, you pretty much just only have archers, so killing these shielded swordsmen is going to be a little annoying. But I think the orange player doesn't have shields, so should be able to take care of his army a little easier. And pretty much here I saw that all the enemies were attacking my allies, so I sent my reinforcements from my main base to try and support my ally, try to push these enemies away from here. Here I couldn't really run, so decided to just trade my archers for his archers. And so now my army is just made out of level 1 units. The enemy has a good amount of level 2. And maybe a few level 3 units as well. And here they could even potentially kill our archers here, because they have higher levels, but I did manage to bring some cannons to try and blast them out of here. You want to try to move your units away from the cannons, I guess, siege mode range, so that it actually tries to shoot instead of just sitting in the back and watching as all your units die in front of it. And over here we were pretty much able to somehow defend. I think the teal player only has few workers, so they did slow him down economically, but we still have him as a meat shield pretty much. You can use his buildings as defensive positions. And over here Ace is just trying to come back into the game, making some workers, but I think he missed micro getting the attention of this troll. Because I think when he gets shots, he basically tries to kill anything on the low ground, instead of just trying to punch this barracks. And now Ace is expanding to another base. But I think he maybe forgot or didn't mention to him that there's a Goblin Wave each night, and pretty much each time that the night's gonna come, I don't think these 5 archers are gonna be able to defend him here, so he might be dying here pretty soon. Over here I was trying to get a tier 3 town hall, getting some cavaliers to potentially, I guess, have some kind of powerful army that I could use to maybe attack one of the players. I guess over here The Cyan player is realizing that doesn't really have much and doesn't really know how we're gonna win, because it's pretty much slowed down too much, and by the time he gets that many units, the enemy is already on the second basis, a whole lot more units. So I'm gonna have to find out. And over here the goblins are spawning, but black here, he has a big army, so it's not a big deal for him. But over here, orange, I think,
Research complete.
I found out that an army's coming to his base. In the middle here, we were able to gear this up because I have some cannons, a few archers. He has purple, so it'll overwhelm, but it's gonna be getting the arrow damage soon, so he can defend himself as well. And I'm not sure if a wave came to my base. Or maybe they went around and tried to kill purple's base again, but in the meantime, the blue player was dying. Because like I mentioned before, he only had like 5 archers, no cannons, and no, I guess, no tier 2 with arrow ability for his workers, so he was kind of screwed with all these workers. But I guess I tried to send some help, clean up these goblins somehow. You know, Steven White tried to go here, maybe attack the blue player, but I think he saw that there's other allies here of blue, so he decides to run away. So here we were able to defend blue, but I guess we did lose some workers and some mining time, so he's gonna be someone behind, and I guess
Research
not really helpful in the next few minutes because he has to catch up with everyone else. I think here we already got the cure ability, have some cannons, making a few apprentices. I don't think you need that many of them. I think at least one apprentice can put up 5 shields or 4 shields. And so you can have 2 apprentices shielding up about 10 cavaliers. So just a few of them is going to be already very powerful. And I guess here, I think I decided to attack the orange player. And then pretty much move forward to his allies base here, because we knew white was on the right part of the map. And pretty much here, I guess we decided to sacrifice the blue player, or the teal player pretty much, whichever way the enemies would go against teal or blue. And we were pretty much wouldn't be in time to help the orange player. So it's somewhat of a base race pretty much, where we would try to kill their bases, orange and black, and then they would try to kill blue
research
or teal or potentially purple. Now here I guess orange didn't really have much, doesn't have a heal ability. So I'm making a few apprentices now. And it's basically being purple, just attacking him here. And this combo of a lot of archers, a lot of cavaliers, and a few apprentices. And all these cannons. It's gonna be impossible for him to defend against. In the meantime, the black and white players who tried to go and murder the blue player, and pretty much the black player has to hurry up a little bit, because if he doesn't, then I'm gonna be killing his main base and all his food. Just gonna make all his cavaliers begin to starve. And might be losing pretty much. Because your army is gonna be very ineffective if it's starving. Just like blues peasants here. You can't really run away. And I'm here after killing the main building of the orange player. Decide to attack north, killing black's units. I think purple realized that he's going to be next on the chopping block, which is why he sent his cavaliers home, trying to defend his main base. While I would be in the north here, just fighting the white player. And here I basically had this group of cavaliers here, and I just left a few of them here to clean up these buildings instead of wasting my time trying to kill these buildings. I just focused on the main town halls and then tried to move on. In the meantime, the black and white player were struggling to kill the purple player because we had no cannons that could kill these archers on top, or workers. They also had no apprentices, so they couldn't get the extra damage reduction with the magic shield that the purple player has here. So it does look like their attack is not being successful, because we only killed blue, but blue didn't really have much. So in the meantime, I was able to kill orange, and I'm pretty much going to be finishing off the black player. And pretty much there's just one enemy, the white player, an actual base that was untouched pretty much against my base in purple, so we still have a lot compared to the enemy. I guess over here the white player decides to maybe attack my base, trying to kill my workers, but I did get the bow ability, so my workers can help me out defend here. And even having just a single apprentice, you can see he put on, I think, 5 shields, so there you go. Super effective. And even purple is coming here to help me out, so pretty much the enemy can't really do much at this point. Especially after I killed most of their technological buildings, so orange can only make archers now. This sawmill. Getting a smithy to maybe make some cannons. So they are getting slowed down very significantly. And now black doesn't really have much. They're just trying to rebuild and survive somehow. But my army has auto XP. Most of them are over 2 here. And I guess a few over 3 archers. And I just have some units to kill this building, so I wouldn't have to leave my army there. And I think over here, a few white cavaliers decided to die here. On here, the blue player decides to surrender. He was on our team. Basically ran out of gold, I think. Or pretty much. And you couldn't really do much. And so here I'll just continuing to push. To try and kill the enemy. And here I guess I saw the Blackbear's buildings here, so decided to just finish him off and kill his final buildings before attacking the white player. And so he does decide to surrender. Now here purple's even coming here, so I can even attack with him into white's base, so that's why I didn't, I guess, attack on top here. And here I would just send 3 cavaliers to try and check this corner. So I didn't know what was here. Then I find orange here, was trying to fight back, but I also forgot I had all the cavaliers here defending my expansion, so I sent him here to try and kill the orange player. And I guess he realized he couldn't really do much here anymore, so he does decide to surrender. And over here, the orange player, the yellow player, Havoc, his final building goes down, so he gets eliminated. This is the final enemy here, the white player. He's trying to defend, but when you don't have any apprentices of your own, then it's pretty much going to be impossible, because the magic shields are just too good. Oh no, so at the same time, we wanted to try and kill the enemy faster, because goblin waves are going to be spawning like they are here, so I guess it's also a little fun. This new mechanic where goblins spawn at night, so you want to try to go back home and try and defend yourself. And if you're not going to be in time to defend yourself, then you might lose your whole base, so that's why I had all the cavaliers here, in case a goblin spawned, so I could actually defend myself. And that's pretty much it. See the results. And here we can see that Ace struggled against those goblins, or goblin waves, so that's why he didn't have much gold. Big Name didn't have much gold because he was attacked a lot for most of the game. And here we can see the enemy had a bit more gold because, like I mentioned, they did have their second base a little faster, which is why they had more resources that they could use to fight against us. And here we can see there I made a lot of units, but somehow I was able to use my units a bit more effectively, which led us to a victory. But I guess it was a little funny that we decided to sacrifice Ace to try and kill the enemy's bases, trading the time, I guess. Doing pretty interesting base race. Or pretty much like losing a battle, but winning the war. Losing an ally, but winning the match by killing 2 main bases of the 2 enemy players. Anyways, if you liked the video, you can leave a like, leave a comment. If you want to see more videos on the Scouring Early Access, then you can subscribe. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.